Oh, hello everyone. It's Susie here from Esoteric Trading Solutions. I hope you're all well. I hope you're looking after yourself, being kind to yourself, being kind to your family and your friends and your parents particularly, looking after your beautiful putty cats, looking after your beautiful dogs or whatever animals you have, and generally just being kind to people in the world just to try and make this a better world. Thought today I'd do a market overview on what's happening in cryptocurrency and particularly what's happening in Ripple and everything else. And just this story here, that's the top story that's been read today, is Ripple, are they ethically able to sue YouTube? And my attitude is, why not? Simply because, you know, as far as I'm concerned, YouTube should take on a lot of responsibility for what actually happens on YouTube. A lot of stuff happens on YouTube that in my mind shouldn't happen, and you know, if it incites racism or terrorism or anything else, they should take some sort of responsibility. And I think Ripple should be able to sue, you know, for anything to do with their cryptocurrency. This fellow here, who I won't name, you know, as far as I'm concerned, this guy has had a hate against Ripple and XRP ever since. And honestly, this guy, when you look at his LinkedIn, and which I'll go to that, he doesn't have the experience or the knowledge to actually say that Ripple or XRP is a scam. He has no idea about settlements or anything like that in financial markets. He doesn't have the experience. He was a financial analysis, which is completely different. He's never worked on front office or with Swift or anything. So it just annoys me every time I see something like this. So I think Ripple is you know, I think they're quite valid to sue for damages, because, you know, YouTube is a platform that doesn't take on any responsibility, and they should, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm quite happy with this. There was some scam about XRP. They didn't do anything about it. They didn't take it off. And, you know, they do have to be responsible for what they put on YouTube. This fellow here, again, the guy's not a derivatives trader. You know, he likes to make out that he is. He likes to make out that he knows a lot about markets and a lot about, you know, settlements and Swift and XRP and the Ripple processing system. But honestly, he doesn't have any idea, and he's got no experience to say that. He keeps, for some reason, calling Ripple a scam, which it's not, because all the clients that Ripple has, if they were a scam, they would have sued them like crazy. They wouldn't exist. They'd be put out of business, literally. Ripple have millions and millions of clients, and they wouldn't last a second. That is a fact. So it just annoys me when someone talks about something they have no idea about. I mean, he even says this sort of thing, you know, Garlinghouse should be removed, get real, and his scammy token. What an idiot. I mean, honestly, sorry, I have to say it. I really don't have a lot of respect for this fellow. I know he makes a lot of money, you know, I'm not going to name his name because I don't want to give him more press, but, you know, it just annoys me. Honestly, it really, really annoys me when someone talks about things they have no idea about. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic. I don't know anything about cars. I don't know anything about maintenance or mechanicking or whatever, automobiles. So I don't talk about automobiles, right? If you look at this guy's LinkedIn background, again, you know, LinkedIn is a professional network system of people's backgrounds, and, you know, I'm on there. You can look at me, you know, Susie Crew, whatever. You can see where I've worked in terms of banks and fund managers, and, you know, I've worked everywhere in managing money, dealing with settlement systems and processing systems, and dealing on front office with clients, you know, in foreign exchange, equity markets, all sorts of things, right? Fixed interest, bonds, you name it, right? We look at this guy's, you know, experience, researcher, consultant, big deal. Head of research for Brave New Coin, vested interest, research analyst, writer, big deal. No financial markets experience, whatever. No Swift experience, no settlement experience, nothing. This guy is not experienced enough to even comment on Ripple or XRP, has no idea. A financial analysis just looks at the balance sheet, you know, for equities, okay? Looks at the balance sheets for equities in terms of valuations, has no idea about settlement systems or trading front office. Financial systems analysis, big deal, you know, doesn't have the experience, man, and it just annoys me. I wish this guy would keep his mouth shut, seriously. Doesn't have the experience, right? Likes to say these things just to big note himself. So please, guys, please don't even, you know, don't listen to this guy. I mean, get real. The guy, you know, doesn't have the experience, full stop. And I don't know why, you know, all the press keep reporting this guy, because it just annoys the hell out of me, to be honest, okay? Ethereum's been doing pretty well. they've got their version 2 coming out soon, which is proof of stake, and obviously they want to make that faster in terms of what they do. They were proof of work, and they have had their fair share of problems though. I mean, there's still hacks and that sort of thing, which is not great. XRP's price is between 18 cents to 19 cents. As far as I'm concerned, it should be a lot higher, much higher than this. It's just that it's typical of the cryptocurrency market. It values all the crap coins, all the shit coins like EOS, higher and higher and higher. And yet EOS, again, has a wallet problem. People got hacked on the wallet. They lost all their coins. As far as I'm concerned, EOS's technology has never worked, and I've never liked it at all. That's a fact. Libra, Facebook apparently in Ireland are hiring a lot of people in Ireland. Also, the Chinese are looking at their digital currency trials, which is a great story for them. Again, they want to get out of dealing in the SWIFT system, the US SWIFT system with US dollars. They want to be able to have their own, digital cryptocurrency. And there is a story that they might actually have gold behind that. Now, gold looks like there's a very physical, and I've said this in my other YouTubes, there's a physical shortage of gold as well, don't forget that. Now, if the digital currency is backed by gold, it's going to put the price of gold up even higher and higher, okay? There is a big physical shortage of gold, and I've also said that in other YouTubes, a lot of people in terms of futures are short gold, okay, which is going to really, really raise that price up in June for sure. Okay, so if we keep going down, let's have a look at the latest news. Anything going on there, then we'll go to Slack, which is my database that people get access to if they become a Patreon member at $45 and above every month. You get a lot of stuff if you become a Patreon member. $45 a month US, you get access to Slack, you get access to courses on Udemy, cryptocurrency course. What is it all about? It's got about 40 lectures, fantastic course. We really know our stuff. And also you get a lot of cryptocurrency reviews, which I do probably 2 to 3 a week. I do a lot of work, so honestly, a lot of stuff going on there. Plus on Patreon, I did a recent YouTube video about Tether. Tether is a joke. It should not be priced at 1-to-1 to the US dollar. It should be at about 73 cents, and that's a fact, okay? I don't deal in Tether. Don't deal in Tether, okay? Tether is issued by Tether Inc., and the guy that owns Tether also is connected with Bitfinex, okay? So, I think Tether is a scam. I would not be in Tether. That's a fact, right? Another thing is their records haven't been audited, and they only hold about 73 cents in the dollar against Tether from US dollars, okay? And they talk about crypto liquid assets or cash assets, and it's not even, it may not even be cash equivalent, okay? So steer away from Tether as far as I'm concerned. It's not a good story at all. So what else we got here? Just quickly going through here. There's a lot of exchanges that have actually launched derivatives within the cryptocurrency exchange, and as I said with my last YouTube, it's almost like the horse before the cart. Crypto derivatives are for the big players, professional players, and as I said, there's an unlimited supply of crypto derivatives which can actually take the physical market up or down. And I just think it's a joke that the basically the regulators, the SEC, Security Exchange Commission, allowed that to happen, to be perfectly honest with you. So let's have a look at the going through. Central bank launches digital renminbi pilot program. It is going to be renminbi for sure. They've always had a problem with dealing, as I said, with the US settlement system, the SWIFT system, because the US can actually close down Chinese accounts in terms of trade embargo. They do it with the Russians as well, and so the Russians want to deal outside of the US SWIFT system, and so does China. China and Russia have been doing a lot of deals between each other, whether it be in the renminbi or the Russian ruble, okay? But also there's a big thing, they do want their own digital currency, okay? So what else? Let's just have a quick look here. Bitcoin's hash rate races off on an abnormal Earth Day. Here we go. What else we got here? Also, BitMEX is being overtaken by Binance for futures, for more futures activity. Binance is getting bigger and bigger, that's for sure, and it's really going through the roof with more and more clients. So I'm very bullish on Binance stock, I have to say. It's one cryptocurrency, not stock, one cryptocurrency I'm a buyer of, and I've got it in my investment portfolio, which you can see on Slack if you become a member. Within my investment portfolio for cryptocurrency, I've got about 19 investments in there, okay? So let's just go to the most read here and see what the story is there. most rare story about Bitcoin hitting 20,000 in 20 days. Look, anything can happen with Bitcoin. As you know, 21 million outstanding coins, 18 million have been mined already. The miner fees are going to halve, so it's going to make less supply of Bitcoin, so the price could go up at any time. That's a fact. Story here about $10 for XRP. I have a higher valuation on that, and if you buy my course on Udemy, a structured valuation, financial modeling valuation course, you'll see that my price is a lot higher than that. That's for sure. So the story here about $10. I'm not sure who's giving this story. What do we got? Who's actually calling this story of $10? I don't know what valuation model they've done, but what they've looked at. But I think it's certainly worth more than that, because honestly, when you look at people that are using XRP, they're saving 70% in the dollar when they use XRP and Ripple system, which is basically like adding back 70 cents profitability to their bottom line, okay, which is a fantastic story in itself. So we just pretty much go and have a look at what's in Slack and see what the story is there, and then we can basically just see if there's anything of interest, and then we can just quickly have a look at price action as well. Okay, so I guess some of the main stories, there was, as I said, there was a hack. Also a DeFi hacker returns, it was 25 million. Okay, crypto payments for child porn, which is not great, we're up 32%, which means they must be doing it through Monero or something like that. As I said before, in a regulated world, that is not going to continue to happen. I don't believe that. That's for sure. Chainlink, retail investors gain traction as well, concentration falls. Chainlink has done well. It's in my investment portfolio as well. A popular EOS wallet is reportedly shut down with over 48 million in user funds locked in the wallet. The wallet app removed users' balances from the platform, even though the funds are on its account, and has in the past been accused of being a Ponzi scheme. I don't like EOS. Stay away from EOS. I'm a seller of EOS. Seriously, I don't like it one bit. I've never liked it. I think it's a scam. It was a $4.5 billion scam, and people just got sucked in, and the thing's still over wherever it is, $2. And that's a joke as far as I'm concerned, an absolute joke. It's typical of this market. They price things up that are scams, and they price things down that are not scams, like XRP. Also, as I said, I do keep a big eye on crypto derivatives, because it really has a big effect on the physical market, and I think eventually people will get so short the derivatives market, it's going to cause a real upward surge, a short covering surge to the physical Bitcoin market as well. Okay. Another thing too, I do keep keep an eye on crypto exchanges. It's in the wrong spot, but to see what's going on there, and keep a good eye out on what's happening very much. So what else we got here? Crypto resource tools, and this is great. This shows you a lot in terms of crypto resource tools. There's so many great indicators to look at in terms of crypto resource tools, and I'm probably going to do a YouTube on that, because there's so many great things that I've come across seriously in in looking at stuff. It's just quite amazing what there is there. But let's quickly go to malicious attacks. This guy gave back the money, this hacker, which was really nice, 25 mil. He gave it actually back, and that's the whole point. If someone can get into the technology of something, they can basically hack anything pretty much. Major cryptocurrency hacks. Let's quickly have a look at that. You need to be aware of that as well. What cryptocurrency exchanges are being hacked? We know about Mt. Gox, Bitfinex, 65 million. Wow. Bithumb, 65 million. Binance, 40 mil. Good gracious me. See, and you have to be very careful. So the idea is to have your coins in safe custody on a cold wallet, not just a hot wallet, but a cold wallet as well. You can buy cold and hot wallets now, which is a great story. And let's just have a look at what else is happening here. Government's South Korean social gaming app launches blockchain-based. India, life of cryptocurrency trading in the context of COVID. Major bank unveils the banking sector's first blockchain white paper. Argentina Central's trials blockchain for new interbank settlement Coinbase. Japan's Security Token Association announces new guidelines for regulation. Let's check out professional crypto and see what's happening there. Dutch central bank wants to be European Union CBDC providing ground. Hong Kong regulators approve Bitcoin fund target. 166 billion asset manager Renaissance eyes Bitcoin futures for flagship fund. That's great. Now, Renaissance is one of the best asset managers globally in the world, and their performance year after year has been incredible. Okay, so the fact that those guys are in crypto currency is a great story. Okay, really, really good story. Let's have a quick look at Binance. And this is what I look at all the time. BitMEX reportedly continues to lose market share to Binance futures. As I said, I am a buyer of Binance. I like them very much. When their cryptocurrency got down to $13, it was really, really cheap. What else we got here? So support Bitcoin subject to a huge test at 6,500. Global whales. Something about that should be in another file. Let me just. All right, so that's Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. I don't like Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. It is a great story to trade, that one, but I wouldn't be. It wouldn't be my investment. Craig Wright. I don't really trust that guy, and I can't invest in things that I don't trust in. Chainlink's doing pretty well, and that's in my investment portfolio, up 150%. Wow, that's amazing, incredible. So let's just check out EOS, something I don't like. Chinese EOS-based wallet app reportedly shuts down, leaving 52 million users, 52 million in users' funds inaccessible. Wow, that is just incredible. EOS has had nothing but trouble, seriously, and I just don't like EOS. I never have, never will. Okay, let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum ERC 777 tokens standard for security after 25 mil open finance exploits the block. That's interesting. Oh yes, this is where the guy got 25 mil. So that's got its own fair share of problems as well. Okay, we know Facebook is employing lots of people in Ireland, which is a good story for Facebook and for people to get jobs. This KIN, or known as KIK, it's still going. This SEC case is still going on with KIK, and they got delisted because they couldn't afford to pay the SEC bills. So that wasn't great in itself. Anything else going on here? Let's have a quick squeeze in other chapters, other files, other channels. Crypto-backed loans. People are doing pretty well on that. Nexo is pretty good for that. In our competition with Celsius, actually, Nexo is pretty good. What else is going on? Power Ledger. I hold Power Ledger as well. It's from WA, Western Australia, and it's an Australian ICO. It's in utilities such as energy, and it does a lot of great things. And it just announced a contract, one of the largest green energy utilities called Alperia SPA. They have more than 280,000 clients and will trial Power Ledger's suite of energy trading products to explore additional services for customers. Wow, that's awesome. So let's quickly go to XRP and see what the story is there. Let's just go back a couple of days and see what we can see here. And I like to look at all the stories. It gives me a good eye. I'm actually doing a review on Solgenic. I don't know whether I like Solgenic. It's just another story. Yes, it's using Ripple's platform, and that's great, but it's just another story, and it's trying to go on the coat hangers, or on the wings of using Ripple technology. It's just I know Vits behind it, but there's no comparative advantage. The only comparative advantage is it's using Ripple's platform, but that's about it. So let's quickly have a look at that. XRP community are getting pretty tired of waiting for Bitcoin, waiting for XRP to move higher. It is very frustrating. Ripple given the green light in Singapore for remittance solutions despite no license, and that's interesting. I mentioned the other day that the the MAS over there, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, gave Ripple and Binance freedom to actually operate in Singapore without a license, which is a great story for both Ripple and Binance. And obviously, as per that person that always hates Ripple, You know, why would all the governments out there be giving Ripple, you know, free licenses to do business if it's a scam? Seriously, you look like an absolute dill, man. I have to say that. A dill in Aussie is basically, you look like a, you know, just really silly, I have to say. So there you go. Okay, so what else we got here? Second coming. Okay, not a lot there. Good on you for suing YouTube, Mr. Garlinghouse. And what else is here? Live FX. And let's just go down to Tether. We know that Tether's just minted another 120 million worth of USDT. My mind is, what is their condition for just issuing Tether? And the question is, you know, we know that they don't always buy US dollars with it. Seriously, you know, why and when do they do it? I've read their white paper and it doesn't actually tell you anything. So, you know, buyer beware. I would not be buying US Tether. It is not the same as US dollar currency, okay? Not at all. It's just made up, and, you know, there is a lot of, you know, smoke and mirrors between Bitfinex and US Tether. So please do be careful of that. Just quickly looking at wallets. Be careful which wallets you actually use, I have to say. There's a lot of wallets that don't actually work very well. Even the Ledger Nano S has its own fair share of problems. There's a Ledger Nano X, which is a better wallet than the Ledger Nano S. Okay, the Ledger Nano X has a hot and cold wallet. Okay, and that's what you want, right? There are wallets that are cheaper than that. The Ledger Nano S is about $140 US. There are wallets that are much cheaper for about $39. Okay, so that's a good story in itself. So I might just look at the technicals and you know, and then wrap this up. Trading view for the charts on Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum, and I'm also going to look at their shorts as well. I know this is a bit busy, but these are all other people's, all the red and yellow, and the green are all other people's you know, analysis. So you can click on something like this. I really like TradeView for this. You can click on something like this and it shows you other people's analysis, which is really great. And you know, you get an idea of what they're actually, you know, what they're actually looking at. So I quite like that, actually. So if we have a look at this, I know it's busy, but if we look at this on the daily, we've basically got a parabolic buy here, but it's still under the 200-day moving average for Bitcoin, which is not great. I'd like to see it actually above the 200-day moving average before it's in a bull zone, and that comes in at about 8,000. Okay, so if this is correct, we've roughly got Bitcoin at what have we got, 6,952, something like that. So it's got to hold the support line around 6,500. As you can see, there's more people of the view that this is a sell market rather than a buy market here. So if, you know, for me, I'd get quite bearish on this if it doesn't hold 6,000, 6,500. Okay, 6,500 is the level on Bitcoin US. Let's just have a look at the 4 hourly. I do look at the 4 hours. I really like the 4 hours. I look at both the 1 day and the 4 hours. Okay, so it is on the 4 hours above the 200-day moving average, which is good. I've got a channel buy here. Again, if I bought it here, I'd have to have if I bought it here, I'd have to have a fairly tight stop loss on that. If I was buying at 6,952, I'd probably have a stop loss around 6,900, something like that. Resistance is 6,964 at the moment on the 4 hours for Bitcoin US. As I said, I don't like USDT Tether. I only look at Bitcoin US, and I only trade with Bitcoin and US dollars particularly. If we look at the shorts, and again, the shorts are very important for Bitcoins. This is on the daily. You'll see the shorts they've risen over time, which means the market's getting shorter and shorter. So back here in March, you know, we had 3,500 contracts short. Then it got up to an extreme here of nearly 20,000. Now it's currently at 12,700, around 12,700. So if Bitcoin continues to rise, these shorts will be squeezed out. Okay, so I always look at the shorts. It's really important. Also, another important thing is to look at the futures on Bitcoin as well. Okay, and we know that futures, they have been selling Bitcoin futures of late. So if we look at Ethereum, and we know that Ethereum's moving to proof of stake from proof of power, even though they've had a few problems. On the daily, they've been doing quite well. They are above that 200-day moving average, which is good. I've got a parabolic buy here, and I've got a channel breakout buy on this as well. Okay, So it is above the 200-day moving average, but stays above there. It's a good story. That comes in at about 172. Ethereum's at 175.21 at the moment. So that looks better than Bitcoin, I have to say. If we've got the 4 hours on this, the 4 hours again is way above the 200-day moving average as well. Even though I've got a parabolic sell here, this is giving me a parabolic buy, a channel breakout buy. So there is a mixed picture on that. The daily does look better, I have to say. Let's just check out the shorts on Ethereum and see what shorts we've got on the daily. We bring this in a bit. The low was around January, or January, about 38,000 shorts. Got up to a high of over 220,000 shorts, and now we're seeing it around 109,000 shorts. So again, if Ethereum continues to rally, this is going to cause the short squeeze with the shorters who will have to buy back their shorts. Okay, let's check out XRP as well. XRP is one that people tend to short all the time because it's very liquid. If you look at the price action, it's still in that downward trend, which is not great, and it's under the 200-day moving average. It's really struggling here. It needs to break clearly about 19.5 cents. Support level is 0.17782, so it's in this really tight range at the moment, very tight range. Been given a buy on this, but I'd wait. Again, it's got to break this downtrend line, and it's got a fair move to 22 cents to be above the 200-day moving average. Okay, if we go to the 4 hours on this, my pussycat's just there, and she's sort of, I'm wondering what she's going to do, if she's going to stand on my computer or what the story is. She loves the keyboard of my laptop. No, Telly, no. I don't know why. Animals love the keyboard of my laptop, probably because it's warm or something. My other cats were like that as well. Telly, no. So if we look at the XRP 4 hours, it's above the 200-day moving average. Resistance is at 0.1867, and according to TradingView, and according to TradingView, XRP is at 0.18569. Okay, so if we look at XRP shorts, there's always a lot of XRP shorts. They just hit this market. On the low for XRP, the shorts have been 470.2694, so it's just over 4.7 mil. And at the moment, the shorts, what have we got? Is that 11 mil? 11.11 mil. Okay, the shorts have been higher than that. So again, they are coming down. They're starting to buy their shorts. So if XRP continues to rally, that'll be a good story. Now, just very quickly, I want to look at the US 30 equity market, because it does seem to have a bit of a flow through to cryptocurrency, unfortunately, with risk off. If we look at this, as I said before, I'm quite bearish the US equity market as far as I'm concerned. I don't like it one bit. If we look at the daily, my channel breakout is telling me this is a sell. Support is 22,270. It got to its lows with coronavirus about 1,800 and 806. I think this can move down. I don't like credit spreads. I don't like a lot of stuff at the moment. Credit spreads are blowing out. Yields in Spain, Italy, France and Portugal are also blowing out. Credit default swaps are blowing out. So I believe the US equity market's going to come lower with a risk off trade, which could affect crypto as well. Okay, so this market can still come down quite a bit to about 22,500, something like that. Currently it's at 23,253. Anyway, guys, that's enough of me today. Please look after yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your family and friends. Be kind to your beautiful putty cats, your beautiful dogs. Be kind to the world generally, just to make this a better place. And thank you very much for listening. Thank you.